What is happening, good people of YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Future Game Scribble here, just letting you know that in this episode of Farming Simulator 25, our Rags to Riches series, we had some audio difficulties during the recording of the episode, so the audio is going to be a little bit off. But don't worry, I got it fixed, so it's just for the majority of this episode. But the episode's great, so strap yourselves in. I hope you guys enjoy. What is happening, good people of YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we are back here in Farming Simulator 25, our Rags to Riches series, episode 38, and we are rolling right along. You might notice this mess behind me. That's right. We had a trailer full of marshmallow grass bales, turning them into silage, and I needed to get them off of this trailer. I didn't really know how to do it. So I ran around like a crazy person and knocked them all off. And now we have a big mess to clean up. But we're not worried about that right now. Continuing right where we left off from the last episode, we have got a lot of work left to do here in this first day of July. We realized that our oat field can be cultivated and turned into a field of grass. And we can do that. Jesus whiz, look at this guy driving like a crazy person. Get out of here. But we can turn that oat field into a grass field and harvest one full field of grass, turn it into silage before the next planting season of oat is upon us in March. So we're going to do that. But first, we have to clean that field up. So we got to go pick up all the straw bales off of that field, which is why we needed this trailer emptied, so that we can go pick up all those straw bales. And it's not going to make us a lot of money, but it is going to clear off that field. It is going to give us a couple $1,000s, I'd hope. And we also accepted some contracts. We have 2 mowing contracts and a plowing contract. We have not done a plowing contract in a minute, and that is going to be exciting. Let's go ahead and start picking up these bales. Not sure how many bales we're going to get, but each one should be around $500 a piece, I'm assuming. So if we can get 10 bales, I mean, that's $5,000 right there. We're probably going to use the AI worker to go do that plowing contract. And while that plowing contract is being done, we can take our other tractor with the mowers on it, and we can do the 2 mowing contracts. Once that's completed, we're going to wash those mowers off, and we can use our tractors to cultivate and then seed this field full of grass. It's a lot of work to do, but we can do it in this episode. And hopefully in this episode, we're going to get through to the month of August, where we can harvest this rice field over there. I mean, that is coming along pretty nicely. All right, we got 14 bales. Should get us about $7,000. Hopefully I didn't miss any. We're going to take them right here to the farmer's market, and we are going to get rid of them. All right, let's just see how much money we can get for these. All right, there we go. $7,000 into the bank. Gosh, our bank account right now is up to $220,000. And I'll tell you what, let's waste no time here. Let's just go ahead and park this trailer right here, and let's detach it. We gotta pick up our plow, and we're gonna take this tractor, the old John Deere with the plow on the back, and we're gonna take it to the plowing contract and let our friends do some work for us. We've hired them. Well, we're going to hire them. We're going to pay them pretty well, too. All right, here's our cool plow. This is one of the mods that we're using. Love this plow. Let's go ahead and hook up to this. Oh, there we go. All right, the plowing contract right across from the ferry. In the last episode, we did a fertilizing contract on that field. Now they want it plowed up, and that's fine. I mean, we're just going to do what they pay us to do. $4,000 for this contract. Now let's go ahead down to that field. We'll set the AI worker up. We'll pay them well, and they'll do the job for us while we grab our mowers and do the mowing contracts. In the last episode, we did make a lot of money selling some lettuce. We sold 2 pallets of fabric. We sold 2 big pallets of wood. bank account is sitting pretty right here at $220,000. And imagine we're going to make a nice chunk of change selling our silage the second day of July. And we're also going to make some money with some more lettuce. And I don't know, who knows, maybe we could have some more fabric. The spinnery is full of wool. So as of right now, I think there's 17,000 liters of wool in the spinnery, and that's a lot. So we definitely don't need any more sheep pens right now. The sheep are working hard to keep that spinnery full. Taking a look at the price of rice, $3,443 per 1,000 liters in August when it's time to harvest it. It is going to go down a little bit, but we should be able to sell it right to some sort of selling point and make some money from that. So that's cool. I don't know how much rice we're going to get from that field, but we will find out. Hopefully that's going to be in this episode. All right, well, apparently we can't use the AI worker here. It says the tool is attached incorrectly. Really don't know what that means. All right, looks like we're going to have to do this job ourselves. All right, all 3 contracts are done. We did 2 mowing contracts and a plowing contract. Let's go ahead and collect the money from those contracts and see what our bank account gets up to. All right, collecting the money from these contracts. There we go, bank account now up to $237. Let's go ahead and turn off this engine. Tell you what, these mowers have been working hard in the last couple episodes. Got to keep them clean. This tractor and our John Deere tractor both up with the maintenance on them. Let's go ahead and give it a nice spray right now. Got to make sure that we get these mowers. Yeah, it's been a minute since we repaired the tractors. I'm not sure if this equipment needs to be repaired, but we definitely need to repair the tractors. So let's get this thing nice and clean. Even though it's going to get dirty again in just a few minutes, that's fine. That looks like all that's clean. While we're here, we'll get the baler. Baler was working hard in the last episode, baling up all the straw, baling up the grass, and getting it ready to be turned into silage. Gotta get in front of this thing too. This thing is pretty dirty. Coming around, getting it back. And while we're here, let's just spray off this bale wrapper, and we're going to get the wrapping paper that's on there wet, but I think it's pretty resilient, and it doesn't really matter that it is getting wet. It's still going to do the job. All right, there we go. Everything's pretty much nice and clean. Let's go ahead and head up into the Deutz Fahr. We do have to start this thing back up, and we need to drop off our mowers. And honestly, I feel like we could use this area right down here. Even though it's on a hill, should be able to pop our mowers off. All right, there we go. Mowers are off, and we have got to take this tractor. We need some gas in it as well. But we are going to head up to the main farm. We're going to grab our cultivator, and we have to cultivate our oat field. And while this is cultivating, probably going to use an AI worker to do that, and then I can grab the other tractor and grab the seeder, and I can kind of go along behind the cultivator and seed the field so that we can get it done twice as fast. All right, hooking up to the cultivator. Let's go on over to this oat field. All right, AI worker is going to do 4 headlands. Work the headlands is on, and we're going to start with the headlands. And here we go. Hiring a worker here, as you can see. And it's Jeff again. Jeff is in there. He's got his coat on, even though it's July. It's cold in there. He's got the AC cranked to the point where he needs a coat in July, and that's fine. Nobody's going to judge him. All right, here's the old John Deere. Let's drive it up to the main farm, and we can then go ahead and drop off the plow. Excuse me, delivery truck guy. Coming through. We'll drop this plow off up there, and we got to grab our seeder. Matter of fact, I think our seeder, where the hell is our seeder? I think our seeder's up on the main farm. We're going to take a look. If it's not, then we're just going to have to drive our butts back down to this lower farm. Oh, there it is. I see the seeder in front of us. We'll go ahead and drop the plow off, grab the seeder. You got to make sure it has seeds in it, and we also have to make sure it has fertilizer in it. All right, let's change the type of seed. There we go, grass. Now we got seeds. But we're we're definitely going to need some more fertilizer. Let's go down to the shop, grab some fertilizer, come back, and let's get that field done.
Many months later.
All right, well, there we go. We got the field cultivated. We got it plowed. It is full of grass seed now, and just a couple months, it's going to be ready to harvest. And this is a pretty big field. I mean, it's a lot bigger, I think, than our other fields, so we should get a lot of bales from it. Let's go ahead and take our tractor and our seeder. We'll take our equipment over here. We do have to run it through the shop and do some repair work. It's probably going to be pretty costly. Oh, wow. $5 for the seeder. Ooh. All right, not too bad there for this tractor and the seeder. And we're going to move this along. We'll give this a nice quick squirt. And then one of the things that we have to do is bring the Deutz far over here. And we're going to run the Deutz far through the shop as well, give it a little repair. Honestly, the most expensive thing to repair was this front end loader. I mean, not the most expensive, but it certainly was more than it usually is. I mean, guess it's been a minute since we repaired it, so we just got to remember to keep up with that repair so it doesn't end up costing us too much money. So maybe we'll have to start some sort of schedule where we do it once a month. I mean, who knows? I can't keep a good calendar, I gotta tell you. All right, we're probably not going to need this seeder again until March when we have to turn that field back into an oat field. So we'll go ahead and find a nice spot to put this, and we'll park the tractor and get these things all squared away. All right, now it's time for the Deutz Fahr. We actually need to put some gas in this thing too. We do have a fuel tank attached to our shop. So let's go ahead and first things first, let's hop out of the Deutz Fahr and let's see what it costs to repair it. All right, $5.24 for the Deutz Fahr and $19 for the cultivator. All right, those things are all done. Let's try and put some fuel in this thing. We got diesel here, so let's go ahead and put the diesel in. Now this doesn't cost anything because we paid to fill up the tank. I'm not sure if that was a wise investment and what the difference is between using this tank and filling it up or using a gas station. But I think it's nice having the fuel tank right here on the farm. That way we don't have to drive to the gas station. But it does cost a lot of money because you have to fill the thing up with like 10,000 liters of fuel. So it's pretty costly to fill that thing up. But I mean, the good thing is we have a whole lot of fuel. It's probably going to last us a long time. And now that we have a harvester, we definitely don't want to be driving that thing back and forth to the gas station. Alright, well the Deutz Fahr was already semi-clean, so we aren't going to really spend a whole lot of time cleaning that. Cultivator actually can stay up at this side of the farm as well, because we're only going to need it up here. One thing we're going to need to do eventually is to cultivate potato field over by that sheep pen. And we might just plow it in. Really not sure what we're going to do with that field. Alright, let's quickly take a look at the Tailor Shop. This is what the series is aspiring to end up with. Working Buttons is the Tailor Shop in town in Riverbend Springs. And honestly, this thing, $240,000. Ah, man, we are so close to this. We don't want to buy it right now. We only have $232,000. We're going to have to spend $100,000 on a rice harvester, and that's going to leave us with about $132,000. But we're still going to make a whole lot of money coming up in the second day of July, and we are really, really close to buying this Tailor Shop. All right, honestly, here's something that I've never really thought of before, and that is the rope maker. If we do start getting into cotton and we have cotton going into our spinnery, we could probably also have cotton going into the rope maker, which makes rope. We could actually have wool rope that's made as well. That only takes 20 wool for 3 ropes. I'm kind of, gosh, don't really know. That's something we should think about getting into right now. Crossing point ropes. Here it is. We're down here, maybe towards the bottom of the map. I'm not really sure, but let's take a look at this rope factory. Ooh, $300,000. That's a lot of money. And rope is, it pays out pretty well as well. $18,000 at the playground. Boy, this playground pays a lot of money for a lot of stuff. Other production chains that are piquing my interest, because we do have some wood and we're probably going to expand upon our wood. The Playground Maker Hall makes toy tractors. The question I have for you guys in the comments, what the hell do you do once you get a toy tractor? Leave it in the comments down below. Speaking of the comments down below, it's time to ask yourself the question of the day. Are you subscribed to the channel? If the answer is no, stop what you're doing right now and hit that subscribe button. What the hell are you waiting for? And don't forget, hit the bell notification so you're notified of all the content coming out. And hit that like button. I mean, even if you don't like the video, you gotta hit it. It's part of the YouTube rules. and leave your comments down below. It doesn't even matter what you say. So I think that's everything we need to do for the month of July. It's getting into the afternoon. I got the time scale scaled back so that we had time to do those contracts and kind of clean up the farm a little bit. Next thing on the list is to sleep into the month of July and get to the second day, and then we should have silage to sell. So let's go ahead and do that. Yes, waking up on the second day of July, and I gotta tell you, it's a sunny day, it's a beautiful day. I don't see any clouds in the sky. Well, don't look directly at the sun. You will go blind, burn your eyes out. All right, well, we got to do it. We're jumping into Deutz Far. We're going to go over here. We're going to grab our auto load trailer. We got to load this thing up with some of our silage bales. And we are going to hopefully get those things to turn in just a few hours. And then we can bring them somewhere. We can sell them, make a whole ton of money. Alright, driving past the sheep. I mean, it's only been one day. There's almost 2 pallets of wool there. Man, these sheep are killing it. Got another couple pallets of lettuce down here. There's probably a whole bunch up at the other farm. Got a couple more pallets of wool over there. Alright, let's just scoop up some of these guys here. Get another full trailer load of these silage bales, and then we'll just go park it and we'll wait to see how long it takes before they turn. Alright, this trailer is at 100%. Let's go ahead and disconnect that. We washed our equipment for our grass. Really, I think that's about it. Oh, look, we have some long planks and some other wood products we can go to the playground and sell. We've got more goat milk over there. It is a new day, so let's check the used vehicles. We'll check prices on stuff because God knows, here in Farming Simulator 25, now you can check to see what future prices are going to be, but that stuff, can't really count on it because it fluctuates too much. Alright, boy, the used vehicle market's got a lot of stuff in it. I don't see a rice harvester, so that kind of stinks, but that's okay. Still got that little Fendt tractor we had in the last episode. A huge sugar beet foliage defoliator thingy. And that is a great price for that, 58% off. It's only $40,000. If we ever got into sugar beets, we would definitely need this, but that is a long ways off for us here in this series, if we even ever get to it. There's a ridge thing for vegetable planting. We don't care about that. And look, here's something interesting. It's a stone picker, used to remove stones from a field. Now, I had said in a previous episode that we would want to consider buying a stone picker because there's always stone picking contracts out there. And even though they're only $2,500 per contract, we could still gather stones, and eventually we could, have some sort of concrete plant or something. I know there's a way to make money using stones. I'm going to have to do a little bit more research before we delve into buying this stone picker, but 66% off, I got to tell you, that's a pretty good deal there. I mean, it does have 39 hours of use on it, I think is what the thing said. Oh, it's 39 months of use. Golly, this thing's old. We would definitely have to repair that. It's probably going to cost us a pretty penny. One thing we could do, though, we could spend the money to buy this. We could fix it up, and if we don't like it or if we figure out that we don't want it, we can always sell it. I mean, I know at this point in the series, especially where we're sitting right now, we don't want to spend a whole lot of extra money because we're trying to save up to buy the Tailor Shop. But, gosh, I really think this might be something fun to get into. I tell you what, we're going to buy $18,739. Gosh, I don't know, this is definitely an impulse buy here, but we're doing it. And again, next month, if we don't like it, we can sell it and we can make some money on it. So $18,739, basically it's $19,000, and bam, we bought it. Now, I don't know if that was a good idea. That's probably one of the dumbest things we could have done right there. We might end up hating this. But honestly, there's always stone picking contracts out there, and they're always between $2,000 and $3,000. So for 19 grand, I mean, honestly, all we have to do is, 8 stone picking jobs, probably seven stone picking jobs, and the thing is paid for. Yeah, I mean, take a look at this. There's a stone picking job for $5,000. I mean, it's right there. We could do this right now. Of course, we do have to have, I wonder if we have to have a specialty trailer. We can use the trailer we already have. I think we can use the trailer we already have to put our stones in. The question is, just like the wood contracts, the deadwood, can you use the product before you cash out the contract? Can you put the stones somewhere and get money for them or something like that? Definitely going to have to do some research there. And if you guys know, let me know in the comments down below. Can you, do you have to own a concrete plant or debris crusher or something like that to take the stones to? Just like does it work like deadwood contracts where you can take advantage of the contract and get something extra on the side? Let me know. The comment section is all yours. All right, here it is. We're at the shop. We're picking up the stone picker. It's pretty cool. And let's take it over here to this repair. Actually, we'll take it back to our farm. We have a shop there that we're using for this purpose to fix up our used equipment. And as you can see, we repaired our tractor a little bit ago, and now when we hook this thing up, it brings that repair level down. So probably going to cost us a pretty penny to fix this thing up. But again, if we figure that we don't want to do it, we can always just sell it back and make some money. All right, here we are at the shop. $2,292, that's not bad. Let's go ahead and repair that. Of course, the Deutz doesn't really need to be repaired. So we're into this thing for about $21,000, but I think we're going to have fun using it. All right, we got to check on our prices. Lettuce is on the decline, but it did tick up just a little bit for the second day of July. It's still pretty much the same price of what it was the first day of July, about $3,000 per pallet. Now's a great time to sell it. If not, we would have to hang on for another 3 or 4 months for it to be the same price again. So we are going to round up our lettuce and sell it. Taking a look at goat milk, it's only going to be about 2 more months before that is at peak season there. So 2 months, it spikes up in September. We're going to go ahead and sell it then, so we'll just leave that where it is. Fabric's still on a decline. I mean, if there's any pallets of fabric over at the spinnery, we should probably sell them. I doubt there's any over there, though, because we just had 2 pallets that we took to the playground. Take a look at the price of rice, and man, when we get into August, it's peak rice season. That is pretty sweet. I am pretty excited to sell that rice off. $3,426 per 1,000 liters. I'm really curious to see how much rice we get from that field. Take a look at the oats, still down in the dumps. So we're not going to do anything with the oats that's in our silo. All right, contracts for the second day of July. Got some baling contracts. They're both square bales. Actually, this one's a round bale contract. 5,384. They need 5.04. Sorry, the field is 5.04 acres. Oh man, I don't know. It's going to take us forever to bale it up, and it's not my favorite thing to do with that little ass baler that we have. But we could do that. I mean, it's money that's sitting there for us, and we do have a round baler. We have got a $6,800 cultivating contract. We have a deadwood contract sitting out there. We do need to put some deadwood into our sawmill. And at some point in one of these episodes, I'm probably going to jump on one of these harvesting contracts now that we have a harvester. We'd have to find one that we can do. Well, here's one for oat. This field size about 2.5 acres. It's $3,000. The question I have is it going to take us forever to harvest it? And then we have to put it in a trailer, and then we have to drive it across the map. I mean, is that worth $3,000? I'm not really sure about that. But it might be nice to do one, just to say we did one now that we have a harvester. And of course, we do have our stone picking contract, which we are going to be doing. All right, one thing I want to do really quick is I do want to run over and check this rice field. I'm curious to see whether or not we have to flood it again before we harvest it next month. I don't think so. I think the whole point of this is to let it dry out for that last month. Yeah, there's no option for me to go down there and flood it again, so I think we're good to go. All right, coming over and visiting the spinnery, we have another pallet of fabric here. So I tell you what's next on the agenda. We're going to sell the lettuce. We're going to sell the fabric. We have 2 pallets of wood that we have to sell. Probably going to make us another, I don't know, $30,000 just in that stuff. We do have a rice harvester that we have to buy, but we don't have to buy it until next month. So selling lettuce, selling fabric, selling wood, and then as soon as we're done that, we are going to do our very first stone picking contract. And we might pick up a couple extra contracts as well and just have an AI worker go do that, such as the cultivating contract. We can send an AI worker to go do that while we do the stone picking contract. And by the time we're done all that, I would imagine our silage is going to be ready to sell. It's probably how we're going to end the episode, by making a crap ton of money. And that's going to put us in prime position to go into the month of August. All right, the $6,800 cultivating contract, we are going to accept that contract. And there it is, our very first stone picking contract. We are also going to accept this contract. It's in a field right next to our farm. Why wouldn't we do it? And last but not least, we've got this deadwood contract down here towards the bottom of the map. We are going to accept that. We do need to throw a couple trees into the sawmill, so let's go ahead and accept that contract as well. All right, loading up the cultivator on the Deutz. This is pretty exciting. We're going to send this guy down to the end of the map, the bottom corner of the map, to do our $6,800 cultivating contract. We're going to let the AI worker do that so we can concentrate on some other things. All right, we created a job. We're not driving. The AI worker is taking the cultivator to our field where he's going to cultivate, he or she. I don't know who it is. Let's check it out. It's Jennifer. She's going to take this tractor and cultivator down and start that job once she gets to the field. Pretty exciting. All right, there she goes. Driving on by. See you later. Have fun doing that cultivating job. And meanwhile, let's go ahead and hook up the auto trailer, and we are going to sell our lettuce. All right, there it is. Looks like about $23,000 in profit there from 7,000 liters of lettuce, and that is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and put this auto load trailer back. Oops, or we could just run into a bush. It's fine. All right, we got to grab our small trailer. Let's head to the spinnery and we can pick up our fabric. And honestly, we should probably take the wool that we have over there. But we're not going to do that. I don't think the spinnery's hurting for wool, if you know what I'm saying. We're just going to head over there, pick up that fabric. We'll take it down to the sawmill. We'll pick up the wood. We'll take it to the playground. Probably make about between $20 and $30,000 on that. I mean, honestly, in the next couple minutes, our bank account could potentially be up over $250,000. All right, looks like our AI worker has arrived at the field for cultivating. We're just going to hit the B button and let the cultivating begin. And that's pretty cool. And we will hop back into our John Deere and head on with our task of selling our fabric and our wood. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. Bam. 28,000, almost $29,000 in product right there. Unbelievable. Bank account now up over $260,000, and we still have some pretty expensive contracts we're gonna get paid for, and we have our silage bales. Oh man, the Tailor Shop. Can you taste it? We're so close. I can taste it. I don't even know what the Tailor Shop tastes like. Probably pretty disgusting. And boy, don't you wish this tractor went faster than 20 to 25 miles an hour? Because honestly, I cannot wait to get back to the farm, grab our stone picker, and do our very first stone picking contract. So excited I might pee myself. And nobody wants that. Wow, check it out. The silage bales are ready. It's only 10:45 in the morning. Usually it takes a few hours longer than this, but these silage bales are ready to go. Tell you what, while we head up to the other farm to grab the stone picker, we're going to strap on this little trailer here. We're going to sell all this silage. How much money is it going to be for one trailer load of silage bales? Oh man, this is pretty exciting. Oh wow, $36,000, and two of them fell off. Let's go ahead and stop unloading, put it in operating position. We'll go back and pick those two up. Last time we kicked them into the loading zone, we didn't really get a whole lot of money for them, so I'm not trying to mess around here. Let's just go fill this trailer full of silage bales again. 36, almost 37,000 per trailer full. I mean, our bank account, we are $2,000 shy of $300,000. And once we buy the rice harvester, even if it's $100,000, we're still going to have enough money left over to buy the Tailor Shop. Holy moly. Now let's just drive around all this mess. Hopefully all these bales will just pop on off here. Oh boy, oh boy, well, what are we doing? Jeez, a whiz, trying to kill ourselves. All right, let's try this again. Try and get all the bales into the zone. There it is. Oh, they all got sucked up. 34,378. Okay, well, I don't know why it was less money, but that's fine. I think we have 5 or 6 bales left. Let's go ahead and go pick those up, bring them up here, and we'll sell those. 333,000. I mean, we are in a prime position right now. And the question that we have to ask ourselves is, do we go full steam ahead on the Tailor Shop? Do we save up our money and buy some cotton equipment and start getting into cotton? All right, here we go. 7 more bales coming up to the farmer's market. Let's just go ahead and get rid of these. Bam. There they go. $9,000 for those 7 bales. $342,000 in the bank. My God. All right, there we go. Dropping off the trailer. No more wood. No more lettuce to sell. Let's check on our AI worker. And it looks like our AI worker's doing well. And there's a lot left to do. Geez, it's taking a little bit longer than I thought. That's all right. We can go right back to our John Deere. Let's go get that stone picker and let's do our very first stone picking job. All right, we got our stone picker. Let's head to the field and we are going to do this job. This is pretty exciting. Now the rain's falling. I think we will be able to pick up the stones though. Not sure. I don't know, I've never done this before. So we're going to be in it together. And this is pretty cool. It's probably one of the last things we need to do here for the second day of July. And here is the field right here. Oh wow, it's pretty cool. We're going to follow these GPS lines and hopefully we can pick up all these stones. I'm not sure if it makes any marks to kind of tell us where we've already been in the field. Hopefully it does. And let's hang on for the ride. All right, well, the stone picking job is done. I mean, it's pretty satisfying running over the field and picking up the stones, but I do have one issue. I tried to come over to this field over here, our oat field that's now temporarily a grass field. I tried to unload the stones into the trailer and I was unsuccessful. Hold on, let me turn these lines off. So now I have two humongous piles of stones and I don't know what to do. So I'm gonna try and cash in the contract. We're gonna see if the stones disappear, kind of like a deadwood thing. If they don't, then we're stuck with a bunch of stones in our field, and I'm gonna have to figure that part out. If they do disappear, then great. Then we live and learn. We just need a smaller trailer. That trailer's too tall. This is actually the trailer that would fit. It's pretty low. The stone picker can just throw the stones right in there. I mean, the other option is something like this. This one's only 6,000, but I feel like we could just do it here. Although our little tiny trailer might work. Maybe we could go grab that trailer. Let's see if that works. I don't know. First things first, let's cash in on this contract. Let's see what that does. All right, there we go. Nope, stones are still ours. So basically for these stone contracts, you get to keep the stones. It doesn't disappear like the deadwood contracts. So we're gonna have to figure that out. I don't necessarily want to spend $36,000 on a new trailer. I mean, that's kind of pointless, but boy, we got these stones. I don't know what to do with the stones. So that's gonna need to be figured out as well. And I tell you what, it's been kind of a long episode, I feel like. So I'm gonna go grab the little mini trailer, wherever it is. I kind of lost track of it. We're going to grab the little mini trailer. We need it anyway to do the deadwood contract. And, oh man, I think given the audio issues throughout this episode, I think we're just going to call it a day. First things first, though, we will try this little trailer. Let's see if that works with the stone picker. If it does, we can take the stones somewhere and sell them. I don't know how much money we'll get for them, but let's attach a little trailer. Let's see if we can't dump some stones in here. And again, I don't know if this is going to work. We'll give it a shot. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's something we're going to have to figure out. The cultivating contract that we had the AI worker doing is done. We can bring that tractor on back here. And then once we get that tractor back here, we're going to do a deadwood contract. We'll throw like 2 or 3 trees in the sawmill just to fill it up. And we are going to be moving on to the month of August. And that is going to be pretty exciting. All right, let's get this trailer kind of parked right here. And gosh, I don't know if this is going to work. We have all these stones just sitting out in the field. Hopefully we'll be able to use the stone picker and run over those. If not, God, we're going to have to buy like a front loader thing. I don't know. This is another bad decision here. All right, let's back this up a little bit. All right, let's see if this works. Of course, we got to turn on the stone picker. It says start overloading. So let's see. That was not an option before. So perhaps we do have the right trailer. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's perfect. All right, so the little trailer works. Oh boy. Okay, so the question is, can we run over the stones that we have in this field now? Let's go ahead and lower the stone picker. Let's see if we can run over these stones and pick them up. Alright, I guess once they're already out of the ground, you can't really pick them up again with the stone picker. That kind of sucks. So we're probably going to have to buy some sort of shovel for the front of our tractor. Oh man, that is not great. We made a mess of this, and that's what we do here on this series here. We just live by the consequences of our decisions. Take a look at this little trailer here. One full stone picker fills this thing up about 58%. So we don't really need to buy another trailer. I mean, this is it. So anyway, we got to figure all this stuff out. All right, here is our cultivator. Let's bring it back to the farm. All right, we're going to set the destination to be right here. All right, there we go. AI workers bringing the tractor back. We got to deal with this stone issue, and we're going to cut down some deadwood trees. We're going to do that in between this episode and the next episode. So guys, I want to thank you for watching the video. Thanks for dealing with all the audio issues. Hopefully we got that figured out. Thanks for the love and support on the channel. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification so that you're notified of all the content coming out. Hit that like button. Leave the comments. Do all the things you got to do to support us lowly YouTubers. I mean, you know what you got to do. Just go ahead and do it. The hell are you waiting for? And in the next episode, we're going to come back. We'll have the stone thing figured out. The sawmill will be full. And we are going to push through to the month of August where we get to harvest our rice field. And that is super exciting. So stay tuned. And most importantly, thank you guys for letting me be a part of your day. It means a lot. And we are going to see you right back here in the next video.